We're gonna go through a full hamstring workout, okay? Particularly focus on 3 exercises, training the hamstrings through their full capability, right? Full functionality. The hamstrings, also known as the biceps femoris, it crosses the knee and crosses the hip. Your hamstrings produce knee flexion as well as assist in hip extension, all right? So we're gonna train both. So we're gonna have 2 exercises for knee flexion, and we're gonna have 1 exercise for the hip extension, and 1 exercise to train the hamstrings unilaterally, meaning isolating the left and then isolating the right, all right? And training your hamstrings, it only takes a matter of minutes. Very low volume, you really only need about 1 set, pushing that set till failure, till complete mechanical failure. All right, so let's get started. All right, so the first exercise is gonna be with the TRX, all right? So this is the setup from the home pull-up bar, but you can also set this up in the gym, right? Whatever gym has a pull-up bar or a squat rack or anything like that, where you can anchor it up top. So with the TRX, there's this part, and then there is the anchor that you hook up to the top of the pull-up bar, all right? So I'm gonna show y'all how I set this up here to fix it up nice and secure. All right, so the first step is we're gonna start with the clasp here, nice and high. So we're gonna start like right here. So all the slack is gonna be on the other side of the bar. All right, so this is gonna be real secure and tight to here, okay? So we're gonna go over this way. All right, and then go around on the other side. Holding that in place. We got a little bit more slack here, so we're gonna do another pass through. That's gonna be right there. All right, I'm gonna open up the clasp, feed it through, lock it in, then pull it tight. That's gonna lock in there. Now you can also hook up a resistance band to here. So you can hook the resistance band up to here, or you can put a carabiner in here or up here, and then hook the band to the carabiner, all right? For the TRX, we're gonna put this right through here. If you wanna fix this part up higher, you can hook it up in here, or you can hook it up in here. All right, and you can even, it'll be a tight fit, but you can hook it up into here in the very top. However, I don't particularly do that because I don't want the metal on metal here, right? Because I don't want any kind of unnecessary damage. And that's real secure on there, that ain't going nowhere. All right, so now the first exercise is going to be a prone leg curl with the TRX. So I'm gonna slip in one heel, and then slip in the other heel, and make sure they're both even. I'm gonna lie flat back, and then I'm gonna squeeze my glutes and pick my butt up off the floor. So my glutes are gonna be activated throughout this entire movement, okay? I already have tension on my hamstrings in this position. This exercise in particular is going to really maximize the muscular contraction of the hamstrings. There's not a whole lot of lengthening in this exercise, but we get a really good muscular contraction of the hamstrings. So from here, I'm going to pull my heels in towards my hips. Okay? I'm going to pull here. All right? And then back out. And my butt is gonna raise a bit as I contract. And I'm gonna maintain the glute activation, keeping the hips off the ground. As a more advanced way to do this exercise, I'm gonna pull in quick, hold and squeeze for 2 seconds, slow release. All right? To maximize the tension, we want really high quality reps, good muscular contraction, really getting the hamstrings to work. Let them work. All right? We only need 1 set, but when we do 1 set, we want to get the absolute most stimulus out of that set. Now, if you don't have a TRX, here's an alternate version. So here, basically all you gotta do is get a towel. And this is assuming you have like a wood floor or some type of smooth surface that you can slide on. This isn't really gonna work with carpet, right? But basically you can get a towel like this here, all right? And you lie back. And it's the same movement, except what you're doing is you're sliding your heels underneath you, like so, right? And you're sliding back out, still maintaining the contraction in the glutes, and pull back in, and back out. And this is a little hard because of the friction on the ground, but it's really effective. So now the second exercise here, we're gonna train the hamstrings through hip extension with a deadlift, a banded deadlift. I'm gonna show you 2 variations, all right? And I'll explain to you why, all right? So basically, I'm gonna turn to the side a little bit more here. But it's gonna be a deadlift. Feet are gonna be relatively close together. Your ankle should be right directly underneath the hip bone, or where your femur inserts into your hip. All right, so we're gonna come down, I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna sit the hips back, the shins are gonna be vertical here. All right, so we got a soft bend in the knees. Okay, so sitting back. And we're gonna get a firm grip on the bands here. So the thumbs will be pointed downward. I'm gonna take our 4 fingers and dig them into the palm, and then wrap the thumbs over, thumbs still pointed down, all right? And basically sticking the chest out, nice flat back, and initiate the movement through squeezing the glutes. And stand up, and slowly come back down. And getting a good stretch out of the hamstrings here. And just squeezing the glutes. We don't gotta do a whole lot of back extension, just hip extension. All right. Everything is all about squeezing your butt. All right, so we don't wanna be doing all this here, okay? We don't wanna be doing all that. All we're doing is extending the hips. Boom, driving the hips forward. Boom. Now this next version is going to be for those with a weak grip. Let's say your grip isn't really doing too well with the banded deadlift. Instead of using our hands, we're gonna anchor it behind the head or around the base of the neck. All right, we don't want it high up on the neck here like this. We want it sitting a little bit more towards the base of the neck on the trapezes here. So we get the band outside the knees, get into position, right? So we get these knees back, deactivating the quadriceps, lengthening the hamstrings, sitting back, and we get the chest. We point the chest out this way, picking the chest up, activating the spinal erectors here. Nice flat back. Tuck in the chin, and hip extension. All right, so the next exercise we have up, and this is the last exercise. This is going to be the single leg standing leg curl, all right? So basically all we need is ankle cuffs and a carabiner. So for example, I'll put this to the side here. This right here is an ankle cuff. It's gonna go around the ankle. It's Velcro. So this is gonna wrap around this way. And then these two metal buckles are gonna be clasped with the carabiner here, all right? And then for a resistance band, we don't need a thick one, right? We'll use this red one. And basically here, boom. This is all we need to get started. Your ankle goes through here, and then you stand on the band with the other foot, and then as you curl the leg, the band stretches. And I'm gonna demonstrate that right quick. Okay. So let me disassemble this right quick. And we take it from the top. So you've got the ankle strap, ankle cuff. Wrap that around the ankle there. Fasten it with the Velcro. Take the carabiner, latch it onto the rings, and then connect the band to the other side of the carabiner. All right. So I'm gonna stand, I'm gonna brace against the pull-up bar here. So my left foot is gonna be slightly back. So what I wanna do is I wanna create like a hip hinge a bit here to get more of a stretch in the hamstrings, all right? So I'm lengthening the hamstrings as much as possible. All right, now pay attention to this, okay, because this is very important. So the leg that I'm actively working is gonna be the back foot. The front foot is gonna stand on top of the band, anchoring the resistance band, all right? So basically, I'm going to be pulling against the band, anchored underneath my front foot, all right? You can do it leaning up against a chair or anything like that, doesn't really particularly matter. So I'm gonna come here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend my hip, I'm gonna flex the hip, and keep my back straight. I'm gonna I'm gonna anchor my back knee against my front knee, or the back of my front knee. All right, and pick the foot up and contract. Hold 2 seconds, slow release, and back up. Okay? Keep tension on the hamstring the whole time. Hold and squeeze, slow release. All right. So when I write this down in a training plan, 2 second hold and squeeze, 3 second eccentric, 2 to 1 rep tempo. Boom. All right. So we go 1, 2, 3, back down and up. 1, 2, 3, back down and up, and repeat. And then just do the same thing on the other leg. And 1 set is really all you need. There's a lot going on in the Tribe by Noire community. And I've been hard at work adding a lot of very valuable and important things that you need to know and learn from in order to be able to be successful on your journey. We're talking about shaving off months and even years off of the struggle to be able to reach peak health, right? And that's what this is all about here. Now, when you become a member of the Tribe by Noire community, you get access to all of the courses and guides and member exclusive live streams and video playlists and community and group coaching calls, etc. Okay? Now, with the guides, there's a few very important key guides. The first one is the High Raw Vegan Nutrition Guide and diet plan or diet plans. And this teaches you how to structure your calories, your macros, your meal structure, and it teaches you how to do that in alignment in order to achieve whatever your goals are, whether that be to gain weight, lose weight, reverse metabolic disorders, and autoimmune issues, okay? And you also get recipes and things of that nature. And it's growing, so I'm adding to it periodically to make it better, okay? In addition to that, we have the alternate day fasting guide, Train, Feast, Fast. If you are looking to drop body fat in a minimal amount of time and add on years to your life, improving longevity, then this is the route to definitely go. This works much more effectively as opposed to just doing a simple caloric deficit or an aggressive caloric deficit. Train, Feast, Fast is geared towards getting you to drop body fat in a record time while preserving lean mass and cutting time off of the journey, as well as saving you money on your grocery bill. We're talking about minimalization, taking all of the complicatedness out of it and making it more efficient. As far as training goes, we have Tribe Flex. Tribe Flex is all about train anywhere and train everywhere, okay? Where you have full fitness freedom. So you can train and reach your fitness goals without the need of a gym, without the need of dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells, and all kinds of other expensive, heavy equipment and take up all kind of space and things like this. Okay, again, minimizing the process, cutting straight to the point, right? Making things as efficiently as possible. You don't have to spend 3 hours training a week, 5 hours training a week. A good 60 to 90 minutes a week is all you really need to be able to pack on quality muscle mass, improve strength and mobility. So you can go on and live your life and do other things rather than slavishly commuting back and forth to a gym wearing yourself out. And you can do it with just body weight and resistance bands. And then finally, we've got the video series for mindset and self-development, the 3 steps of self-actualization: discovery, assessment, and actualization. And that video series is geared towards teaching you and guiding you through that 3-step process so that you can get a better grip, a stronger hold, and a mastery over your personal psychology. And the reason why you really want to pay attention and take part in that is because that can shave years off the struggle, removing unnecessary mental and emotional blocks that you otherwise would have, all right? And then finally, in addition to that, you get access to the live stream replays, you get access to the growing video library of exclusive content, tutorials, and things of this nature, as well as the weekly group coaching calls that we have where the tribe comes together as a community, right on voice chat. We share our successes, our struggles, our experiences, crack jokes, live Q&A, tutorials, and all that fun stuff. So we have a good time in there. So you get access to all of this when you become a Tribe by Noire member. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other side for just half off. It's not going to be like that forever. So if you're serious and you really want to take part, get started. And I'll see you on the other side.